Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Hardline Transport Solutions Rebels Truck Series here on Sunday night. And I hope y'all are ready to roll. We're going to have a good time tonight as we're taking on Richmond Raceway for what will be a pretty dang good time, I'd say. Going to have some fun, 133 laps here in the trucks. Hardline Transport Solutions, thank them for being the sponsor for this series. As let me get my headset on so I can hear what's going on. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I hope y'all enjoyed the Cup race tonight. We're gonna have some fun tonight. 133 laps here in the truck series, and Andy Kurt's coming off of a really awesome win the last week at Homestead. Just really kicked their butts again, and it was an awesome race all the way around. So we're going to see who can maybe make some moves in the point standings. We only have a few races left to go in this thing, and we'll be playoff racing, so it could be a lot of fun. Just about 30 seconds left in this this qualifying session, and then we'll be doing some racing. I'm trying to get this thing where I can hear it. I can't hear the stuff in my headset. What's going on? Do a Windows update. This is what happens. Have to deal with it, but yeah, we got a lot of folks here tonight. Good look at the driver cams right here. You got Chuck, Mike V, Brandon Wallace, Tyler Rice, Mickey Isaac, Kyle Roberts, Aaron Adcock, and Charles Stevens Jr. on cam, ready to roll tonight as we're getting ready to grid up. We got to give out the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner, of course, and that's going to go to none other than Andy Kurtz, last week's winner. He's going to take home the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award. So congratulations to him. Josh Lokovitz is going to start outside the front row. What a great qualifying effort for him. Starting in row number row number 3 is going to be Cody Bain, man. Good to see him here tonight. Michael Kosick in the 4th position. Steve McDonald going to start in the 5th spot. Tracy Patson is going to start in 6th. Starting in 7th is going to be Brett Beaver. Jonathan Cofield in 8th. 9th is going to be Mickey Isaac. Charles Stevens in 10th. 11th is going to be Kyle Roberts. And 12th, Tyler Rice. 13th is going to be Chuck Phelps. And 14th going to be James Nelson. Jeremiah Holt starts 15th. Aaron Adcock starting 16th. Starting 17th is Spencer Gay with Stephon Davis in the 18th position. 19th is going to be Alex Veith. Brandon Wallace there in the 20th position. 21st is going to be Curtis Sabrin and Mike Veith in the 22nd position. And Tommy Osborne in that 23rd spot. Alrighty, well, it's going to be a great race tonight. We got somebody in here cheering on Jonathan Cofield. Well, I got some good news. He's going to start in the 8th position as they get ready to roll off. So talking about last week, had a great race at Homestead. Richmond's going to be a little bit different. I think we'll see a lot of guys right around the bottom, but we might see some guys be able to make that top side work. And yeah, should be interesting to say the least. Take a look at your track here. Richmond Raceway, 3/4 of a mile, built in 1946, capacity of 51,000 people. Craftsman Trucks Fix set up 133 laps, 2 green light checkers, and 1 fast repair here for this race. Well, alrighty, getting ready to go green. Next time by, it's definitely want to thank our sponsor, Hardline Transport Solutions, Mike Ratosa, for kicking off this event. And we're trying to make sure that all the audio is good. Let me know if any audio is not okay. Do the best we can to sure everything is right. But if anything sounds weird, let me know. I don't have any monitoring at the moment, so but we'll get through it. All right, they come down the back stretch and ready to get this thing underway. Michael Costa gets your points leader by quite a few points, almost 30 points over Andy Kurtz, who's taken over that second spot after last week. And here they go. Andy Kurtz going to lead us down to the green flag with Josh Lukovitz outside of him. 133 laps here at Richmond. Andy Kurtz takes over that top spot early with Josh Lukovitz falling in behind him in second. And right behind him is going to be Cody Bain in that 78. Haven't seen him all season long as far as I'm aware, but here he is up in third spot. I mean, short tracks and Cody Bain go together like peanut butter and jelly, in my opinion. So good to see him here tonight and see if he can get up here and get this win. Richmond, a fun short track, a lot of speed at this track. You have to be patient though. You have to take care of that right front. You got to wrap the bottom the best you can. You'll see some guys try some different lines, maybe try to dominate or enter in high and exit off low. There'll be some different guys trying all kinds of stuff to make up some speed, but I think what you'll see is right, if you can paint that left front tire right on that yellow line all the way around, both turns, you'll find a lot of success. So those who can wrap the bottom, come off low, those will be the ones that will be making the way up front. But right now it is Cody Bain. Kind of ran up on the back bumper of Josh Lukovitz, but not quite able to get to him just yet. Josh Lukovitz get up the track a little bit. Cody not quite able to get position on him as Andy Kurtz starting to pull away a little bit. Single file all the way back to about the 7th position is here goes Jonathan Cofield down to the inside of Brett Bieber and takes over the 6th position early. But he's got that 58 machine already headed in the right direction. Check in on your third place in points. Aaron Adcock, not a very good starting position, started back in the 16th position, and he's currently up to 14th, but he's got a long way to go if he's going to get up there and continue to battle for the top spot in the points. It's like Tommy Osborne has a little bit of trouble back here. He's able to get that thing going. See Aaron kind of sitting in the dark. But he's got 2 wins on the season. Been really fast. Qualifying has just been a problem for him. As last week he just kind of got stuck about mid-pack and could just never really improve his position. So not a great week last week, and he's looking to try to fix that tonight. Going to have 133 laps to do it. It's a long time here at Richmond, and should give him plenty of time to get up through the field if he's got the speed to get up there and win it. Tyler Rice, one of those short track guys that'll take this track like a fish in water. Looks on the back bumper, trying to crack the top 10 at the moment. He's running 11th. He's looking towards Charles Stevens Jr. That VSRN Chevrolet, I think. No, it's a Ford, excuse me. right now, just trying to make sure. I mean, you want to see what the truck can do. You want to feel it out. But mainly, you want to take care of those tires the best you can. Richmond has a lot of long green flag racing. Just a very difficult track to make a whole lot of contact, is carry a lot of speed. So most everybody drives pretty deep into the corner. Not a whole lot of places to really make a whole lot of contact. And so we'll see long green flag runs, I think, tonight. You want to take care of that right front. You don't want to spin the tires off the exit either. You see Tyler Rice doing a great job of that, where he going down the corner, letting it roll through the middle, getting back on throttle. Just a little bit of counter steer, lift if you need to, come off the corner, save those rear tires as well. So it's not just about the right front here at Richmond. You really want to take care of all your tires. It takes a lot of work if you want to be successful as far as that goes. Tyler Rice just hanging out back behind Charles Stevens. Let's see if he can't make some moves. Make some moves, kind of like Jonathan Cofield, who is already up into the 4th position, keeps moving forward, as now he looks forward to Cody Payne to try to take that podium spot, as Cody hasn't been able to get to Josh Lokovitz quite yet. But Josh Lokovitz not losing pace here with Andy Kurtz, who's still out front, but only about 4/10. Gossick been able to get around a couple teammates. Now, as he gets up here to Cody Bayham, how easy is it going to be to get around these guys? When you got some fellas that'll be willing to kind of just let you go and move on, it can be pretty easy. But we'll see if Cofield can find the same success when they're not just letting you by. Of course, Cofield's missed a couple races, but he's got 2 wins, so he's looking to continue that trend. Now, the interesting thing here in the Hardline Truck Series is that you don't win and get in. You must make the final 10, I believe is what it is. And to make that final 10. That's what you can't. Wins don't matter. You can have 6 wins, but if you're sitting 11th when the cutoff happens, you are not going to make the playoffs. And right now, with those 2 wins, I mean, he is right there at the 15th position, and he had a few spots right in front of him he can make up pretty quickly. So, you know, a win here tonight, a good race tonight, Cofield can find himself in that top 10. They do have 2 drop races, so. Once all that gets factored in, that will help bump him up a little bit. Obviously, always a championship contender. Right now, he's getting to the back bumper of Cody Bayham, as it's starting to be a dogfight up here for 2nd place. Cody's starting to feel that pressure from behind him, and it's starting to put more pressure on Josh Lokovitz. You can see he wasn't even close, and all of a sudden now he's almost putting the bumper to the 79. Yes, the 78 is going to get loose off the corner. That's what I was talking about. You can't get on the throttle too much. Now that right rear is all hot and slippery, and he's got to be careful trying to put that power down. I think it's likely he's going to lose this position pretty quickly after that. We'll see. If you're not careful at Richmond, I mean, you could be spinning the tires all the way down the front stretch with that slight bend. Now Cofield putting a lot of pressure on him. Michael Kostick, they're right behind him, just watching, being a spectator, as these 3 are battling it out. Lokovitz doing a great job up here at 2nd. Now, Lokovitz has kind of found some speed here lately and has been doing really well. I mean, qualifying up near the front is really, really important. So you want to make sure that you do that every single week, especially in this series. But one thing he hasn't been able to do is save tires. Will that change here tonight? Will he be able to make a difference on the long run and hold that truck in his position? He could get up there in this newfound speed. He will, he's been able to be up towards the front, but then start to fade as those tires wear out a little bit. So we'll see if he's able to fix that here tonight, but it seems like he's under a lot of fire here from the 78. Cody gonna look maybe down to the inside here as they go down the front stretch. Not quite able to do it off the top side. Josh able to keep the momentum up and keep that 78 Velocity Motorsports Chevrolet behind him. As Cody gets a little bit of the wall, that's going to open the door for Jonathan Cofield, who goes down to the inside, takes advantage of that, and says, ooh, if you're bouncing off the wall, I don't want to be behind you. Cody going to drive down into the corner, try to maintain this position there on the outside. We already saw him push that right rear a little bit too far. He has had some opportunity here to kind of cool it off. We'll see if he can continue to hold on to that third place position. We've seen that top side be pretty strong. Right now, he doesn't have anywhere to go. That 79 is right in front of him. Going to push the 79 down into the corner. It's going to hurt him, though. The 79 is going to go wash up the track a little bit. So Cody doesn't have anywhere to go, and Jonathan Cofield going to be able to maintain that spot. So the 79 almost kind of playing a pick here for Jonathan Cofield on the outside. As Josh Lokovitz enters about a half lane up. That really gives the inside track. Ooh, something weird happened to the 78. Truck kind of bounces a little bit there on the backstretch, but there may have been some weird net code, but I didn't see any contact between drivers. Now the battles for second. Cofield continues his charge up to the front. Richmond, one of those tracks that you can pass on. I mean, there's a lot of tracks here on iRacing very difficult to pass, but you can do it here at Richmond because you really can roll the corner. It definitely rewards a driver that is smooth and doesn't overdrive his vehicle. You drive right down to the bottom. You let the truck roll for quite a while, a little bit longer than you think. That's sort of the trick, is that you're able to get on the throttle a little bit sooner, but all that does is wear your tires out. So let it roll a little bit longer and then pick up the throttle, come off low. And there's really no penalty for coming off low on the exit of the corner. So right now you can see Cofield just a matter of time before he takes over that spot as Lokovitz goes way up the track. And that will concede that second position to Jonathan Cofield. But I do like what Lokovitz did there. I mean, he's sort of running that top side, and I think that'll be a detriment if he continues. But I do like the idea that he may have just tried to run high there, let Cofield go ahead and take that spot, and then pull right behind him and follow in his tire tracks. And I think that's a good call to try to not lose any more spots if possible. Try to get to this first pit stop and maintain that position. You can fight with somebody for so long, you draw in other drivers, and you end up losing 2 or 3 spots instead of just that one. So I think that was a good call by Josh Lokovitz to give that spot up. Cofield obviously a little bit faster, as Cofield now going to set his sights on the leader, Andy Kurtz, who has gotten out to about a 9/10 of a second lead here in just 34 laps. So not a huge lead, but right now he's going to be under fire as Cofield crossed the line. They run almost identical lap times that time by. So Cofield going to have some work to do. Third place still continues to be sort of a hotbed of action as Lokovitz now continues to fight. The 78 just hasn't been able to get around him. He's going to try to look up maybe to the outside, not quite able to get there. Now he's going to drive down to the inside. We've seen Cody do a really good job here, but down on the bottom, it can be a little bit tough. You want to push that throttle just a little bit and get off the corner and take that spot. But if you're not careful, as we've already seen, you can get loose, spin those rear tires, and you see Josh Lokovitz able to hang on to that spot with a huge run off the turn 4 there. 37 as Lokovitz going to push up in the middle just a little bit, but you see Caustic all over the back bumper of Cody. Cody going to dive down, but Lokovitz having none of it. Going to continue to fight. He feels like he's faster. I think he didn't feel like he was fast enough to hold off Cofield, but I think he feels like he's faster than Cody Bain and is fighting as hard as he possibly can. Of course, if he's not careful and doesn't fight hard enough, he could be back in 6th place before this is all over, as Tracy Passons has now join this battle here in the 53 truck. Basically just been hanging it back. He started in 6th. He's currently running in 6th, but just watching this battle, trying to save those tires. You see already off of 2, though, pretty loose. The guy's already dealing with some ill-handling trucks. But, you know, qualifying here at Richmond, I mean, to lay down a burner lap, the fastest laps are the ones that come off the corner, and you've got the tape on the wheel turned all the way to about 2 o'clock off the corner. You want the truck just to be sliding to make speed, so it's not out of the ordinary. Here comes Cody Bain down to the inside, going to dive it down in 3 and 4. We haven't been able to see him make this pass work. I feel like if you get him down into 1 and 2, that's the best place to do it, as Lokovitz has been really strong. And now this time Lokovitz way out of the groove, trying to keep that momentum up off the corner. Let's see if he can make it work, and he does. He's going to almost clear Cody Bain going down into 3 and 4. So Lokovitz doing a great job there on the outside. How long could he keep it up? That's sort of the question. He's definitely a little bit slower than these guys, but he's doing a great job of defending. And of course, that's allowed. Oh, they almost make a little bit of contact there on the backstretch, and Cody Bain going to get the worst of it, as he's going to fall back into the clutches of Michael Kosick, who's going to get the run on the outside. And I think Kosick going to be able to get that spot, and he does. So Kosick up to 4th. Now he's going to have a shot at Josh Lokovitz. Been a great battle so far. There's battles going on all over the track, but this has been the most exciting. Is, man, Cody Bain had to fight so hard to get around these guys that now it seems like his truck's pretty ill handling. As he's getting into the wall, he's really pushing the limits of this truck. Probably getting a little bit frustrated. I mean, he saw Lokovitz just give up 2nd place to Cofield and then fight him really hard. I know that's got to be frustrating. So that definitely can cause you to make some mistakes. Right now, though, Kosick down on the inside. See Josh Lokovitz with that outside line, able to hold on to that momentum going down into turn number 1. Oh, going to get a little bit too wide off of 2. You have to check up. So Kosick up to 3rd position. Lokovitz back to 4th. 46 laps here in this race. Andy Kurtz still your leader. Does have Cofield all over him, about 3/10 back. See the kind of lines these guys are running. I mean, very similar. Cofield about half a lane up, and he kind of cuts down off the exit. Try to keep the momentum down the back straightaway. And similar here, he's going to run about right there on the bottom here, off of 3 and 4. So pretty good line for both of them. They are pulled away. As here we go again. Cody Bain continues to work on this 79. This time looks like the 79 going to let him go. As, oh, there's some lap traffic up here. I believe that's Mike Veith in that 9 machine right in front of him. But Cody Bain able to take over that spot, and now Lokovitz going to fall all the way back to the 6th position. He's going to fight right here. As well, Mike Veith's going to hold up Cody Bain. Cody's going to push him all the way into the corner. Out of 3 wide. As, man, that was crazy right there. It looks like Cody just didn't appreciate Mike Veith taking his line and causing him to have to check up, and he pushed Mike down into the corner. A great battle up here in the top 5 up front, though. Battle for the lead. Cofield has gotten up towards the front. Looking into the inside, right on his back bumper, going to peek out. Andy Kurtz, though, not going to let him have it. Gonna make him work for it. Kyle Roberts comes down pit road. Don't know if he that's a scheduled stop or not. He comes down pit road, gonna get 4 tires and fuel likely, but we continue to watch this battle. I'd like to think if you can make it on fuel, you want to try to make it a one-stop race. So you want to go to about lap 67 if possible. Yes, here he comes. Cofield down to the inside, and I think he's going to be able to take that without much issue. Drive down into 3 and 4, and Andy Kurt's going to maybe try the old switcheroo, but not able to do it. Stays right on his bumper. Cofield actually kind of leans down a little bit to keep the 5 from diving off into turn 1 and 2. And so Cofield, your new leader in that 58, has driven 7 spots from where he started to take over the top spot. So got to be the man to beat at this point. Josh Logovitz back in this 79 machine, continues to fall back as now he's fighting for Steve McDonald at Hardline. While it's fun and it definitely is useful, I just wonder if he's not burning his stuff up really bad trying to make that work, as Steve McDonald actually gets a little bit loose there. But he's doing a good job sticking with it. So far, I mean, started in second, it's back to 6th, so it's not a terrible drop, but you can see that tire wear becoming an issue for him. At Highline, just detrimental for the tires. Gonna go back here, watch this. This is a battle between, got Mickey Isaac, Brett Bieber, Tyler Rice, James Nelson, and Aaron Adcock all over each other. This is a battle from 9th on back to 13th. Oh, Kyle Roberts wrecked on the backstretch. Just came out after getting 4 tires. Went down pit road, and the 35 hard hit on the inside wall. So he's going to bring it down pit road. As take a look on the picture-in-picture exactly what happened. Continue to watch this battle. Just gets a little bit loose off of turn 2 and goes down and knocks the crap out of the front end. Look at this. Tyler Rice, Brett Bieber, James Nelson, and Aaron Adcock all over each other. As James Nelson's going to get a little bit loose. That's going to allow the 17 get around him on the outside. Not quite able to clear him just yet, but it's going to get that truck rolling on the outside, and now moves that 17 machine up into 12th. He's been the second biggest mover here outside of Jonathan Cofield, but he has got a lot of work to do if he's going to get that 17 machine up towards the front. Going to need some help from a caution. He's some 11 seconds back. Oh, and actually almost gets in the back bumper of the 808. You can see the 808 kind of guarding that inside line. And again, oh my goodness, a big shot there. I don't know what's going on between these two. There seems to be some sort of issue. Don't know if they've been making contact here for a while, but seems like the 17 being really aggressive on the back bumper of the 808. The 808 kind of been doing a little bit of blocking too, so I don't know if we have seen everything that's going on right here, but the 17 gonna get around him here. We'll see if there's any retaliation from the 808 as they go down into turn number 1. 17 really drives it in there, kind of expecting there to be some, but able to stay away from him here. And so we'll see if there's more to this as Cody Bame now brings the 78 machine down pit road to make his stop. Should be able to make it all the way from here, so just one stop here tonight. When will everybody else come down pit road? We'll find out. Is now Aaron Adcock going to go around James Nelson as Nelson gets a little bit loose. So the 17 up to the 10th position, cracked the top 10. Somebody else has been moving. Charles Stevens Jr. Josh Lokovitz continues to fall backwards as now he's back into the 7th position, which is actually 8th on track with Cody Bain pitting. So he continues to slide back, but Charles Stevens here in that beautiful VSRN paint scheme has moved up 5 spots. He's cracked the top 5 now and will be 6th once the cycle of pit stops is over, but still having a great drive here. Take a look at Charles Stevens. You see he's kind of stretching his neck as the caution comes out. Caution comes out. And we'll try to find out what the caution is for. And it looks like Kyle Roberts again spins out. The caution out. We'll take a look at the replay here. Kyle Roberts in this 35 machine. Again, comes off the corner. Same spot as last time after he spun out just a few laps ago. And hits almost the exact same spot. This time brings out the caution. All right, pit lane wide open. That's a great time for all these guys as they were likely coming down pit road before too long anyway. The only person that really got bit by that was going to be Cody Bain, who is now a lap down. He's not going to be the lucky dog. So that's kind of a bummer for him. He'll have to take the wave around and get back on the lead lap. And he's got only 4 laps on his tires, so not the worst thing in the world, but he will likely not get back around to where he can make up any spots as all these guys are coming off pit road right now. Michael Kosick almost gets out ahead of him on pit road. Just a little bit over halfway here at Richmond. So that was a really, really long green flag run. Kyle Roberts just self-spinning a couple times. Just struggling there on new tires and brings out the caution. But so far, it's been a really, really clean race. This will be a good reset for some folks that may have been going the wrong way, like Josh Lokovitz. He can kind of go back down and get some tires, figure out maybe what he was kind of struggling with there. Of course, he was under fire that whole time, having to defend his position. Really put his tires in a lot of in a tough spot. So maybe this time he can kind of be pointed forward. Take care of those tires a little bit here. He's going to restart in the 6th position. Right now, Jonathan Cofield, Michael Kosick, Andy Kurtz, Tracy Passons, and Charles Stevens Jr. your top 5. Josh Lokovitz, Steve McDonald, Mickey Isaac, Tyler Rice, and Aaron Adcock your top 10. Cody Bain going to get the wave around here in that 19 machine as we get the 1 to green. And so disappointing turn of events for that 78 machine. He's going to have a lot of work to do. He's going to have older tires, and he's going to be at the very, very back of this field in the 19th position. So, you know, one of the dangers of pitting early, and especially pitting early enough that nobody else really came down pit road. So we'll keep tabs on him, though. He's definitely good enough to get back up there. Just going to need a little bit of help. Cofield, Kostick out front. Cofield gets the green flag. We're back underway here at Richmond. And Cofield this time going to be out front. We'll see if he can set the pace and pull away. Right now, side by side, Michael Kostick, Andy Kurtz. Kurtz kind of checked up a little bit like he was going to let the 8 have the spot. We'll see if the 8 has the momentum to clear the 5. 5 still looking down to the inside, so Kostick going to have to wait another lap or so. Kostick would like to fight really hard to get that spot, but Andy Kurtz going to slide back behind him, so Kostick in that second position. Somebody that I got my eye on that we're going to be paying attention to, see if he can make it up through the field. That's Stephon Davis in that 60 truck. Got a different paint scheme here tonight, so trying to shed the old skin of all the bad luck that he's had in this particular season. And Stephon Davis, we know he's a really good short track racer, but right now up 7 spots where he started. Running in 11th, kind of been running towards the back part of the top 20 for most of this race, but we know he's got plenty of speed. I would expect to see that 60 up towards the front. Go on board with it. I keep almost trying to wheel the 60 up front and have a good finish, but just has been extremely unlucky, I have to admit. Right now, getting passed by the 17 and the 808. They've been going at it, so I'm sure he's like, well, y'all just go ahead. I'll try to run y'all down at the end of this thing. Gonna jump down in front of Brandon Wallace, who thought about trying to get down there and take advantage of those guys getting around him. Brandon Wallace going to maybe look up to the top side, then goes back down to the bottom. Couldn't decide where he wanted to put that 99 machine. But some really great battling going on all over this track. We'll see. I do like how it says this side up on that Harley Davidson truck. Is Stephon Davis gets a little bit loose off of 2. Has to chase that truck down the back straightaway. Brandon Wallace having a pretty consistent season so far. I mean, he's up in the he's tied for 5th in the points with Charles Stevens Jr. With an average finish of a top 10. So Brandon Wallace having a great season so far. He needs to keep that up. He can make it into that, stay inside that top 10. He could be racing for a championship. Who knows what can happen when we look at the schedule here and you see just 2 races in the playoff. You just never know what could happen. You see Brandon Wallace really charging the entry there, trying to get a run off the corner. And I think that's not to be too, not to be picking on Brandon Wallace, but that is sort of a bait line that you see you guys use here at Richmond a lot. And it really burns up the tires. It puts a lot of heat on the right front. Then when you drive down off the corner, puts a lot of heat on the right rear, especially when it gets really light right there. You'll see a lot of guys get super loose. So it's a great if you need to set up a pass, but it's something you want to use every once in a while. And right now, he's really putting a lot of pressure on that right front as he enters in like that right there, and then kind of tries to drive down. But this time he does a really good job in 1 and 2, just letting the truck roll. not put too much heat on those tires. Is Stephon Davis like he was going to try to get to the inside of the 17, and 17 said, Check in on Josh Okafitz, who had a great starting position. You see, he's sort of doing that line, and that I think that's where he got in trouble the last time. Is same thing that Brandon Wallace was doing, entering in high, and then trying to drive down off the bottom. That is just right there. The truck just gets so out of shape that it doesn't take one wrong little move, and you're spinning the tires. You may not spin out, but you definitely can hurt your drive off with something that you need throughout the run. Cody Bain, though, he has been able to make up a couple spots on that restart, currently up to the 15th position. Long way to go. Like I said before, he's going to need he's definitely going to need a caution. Need to get up into maybe the top 10, get a caution, maybe a couple to get back into the mix. But he definitely has the speed to get it done. Just going to be tough on time, as we're already down to just about 40 laps to go. Chuck Phelps works to the inside of Spencer Gay. Got that 75 machine. Hasn't fired off as well as he'd probably like, but dropped a couple spots from where he started. Started in the 13th spot down to 17th, but trying to work on Spencer Gay. Get inside of that 69 Sharpie machine. Not quite able to do it there. Gonna fall back. Got Alex Veith right behind him. Definitely tell the handling of that 75 machine, not where he wants it to be, not quite able to get down to the bottom. And that's a trick here at Richmond. You see he's leaving a whole truck gap there on the bottom, and it definitely probably feels pretty comfortable, but it's just not gonna. Right here in the middle, you're having to put so much wheel in it to get it to turn off the corner, or a little bit too much throttle. It is, man, it's just so important. It's almost like Charlotte. Charlotte, if you don't paint the apron line, you're giving up a ton of time. And Richmond is exactly the same way. You've got to paint that yellow line to get the most speed. You're just taking the long way around here. And you can see a lot of movement out of these trucks, so the handling, it must not be great for these things. The track's only about 80 degrees. Here tonight, it's a night race. See it right there, gets really light off of 2. A little bit too nervous to put the throttle down. He's gonna look down to the inside. Maybe try to take this spot away from Spencer Gay. Spencer's gonna have the run off the top side. See if Chuck. You can see Chuck's just too nice of a guy sometimes. Especially on the track. He doesn't want to cause any accidents or cause a wreck. You see he's just leaving so much space. He's entering in the corner so low. Just an awesome guy, great racer. Look how much room he's giving Spencer Gay instead of sliding up in front of him. That's making this pass a little bit harder, but still was able to get it done. Up front, there's some wild action going on up here. As this battle for 10th place continues to be sort of a hot spot right now. You see smoke flying off the corner every exit as Mickey Isaac has been loose down the back straightaway as he's looking to the inside. Now he's got the 17 of Aaron Adcock on the outside trying to get around him. Sort of a logjam here. And Stephon Davis just kind of watching it all unfold, not really sure where to go in that 60 truck. See Mickey Isaac get loose again. I mean, he's a little bit sideways right at the start-finish line, so you can see how far you can spin those tires if you're not careful. You can almost hear that Stephon Davis has a little bit more truck than these guys. Able to get on the throttle, had to lift a little bit. Now going to go around the outside of Mickey Isaac, who is definitely struggling right now. That 01 machine is not driving very good at all. So he's going to lose a spot to Stephon Davis. Oh, it's Stephon. Checks up pretty hard on the front stretch. This continues to be the best fighting going on right now, as we do have a battle for third kind of brewing, but we're going to stay right here as, man, James Nelson goes to the inside. This is Mike Veith right here on the outside. This guy's going to try to work around him as Mike stays high, lets these guys go. Here comes Aaron Adcock, though, to the inside of the 7 of James Nelson, trying to get into the single digits. Been a hornet's nest back here. Laps are clicking away, 102 of 133, so just about 30 laps to go. This thing is going to be over quickly. Some of these guys back here that are fighting feel like maybe they have race-winning speed. They're going to run out of time. They're about 8 seconds off of your leader, Jonathan Cofield, who's got a 1.4 second lead over Michael Kostick. As we continue to watch Aaron Adcock and James Nelson battle it out for 9th spot. '17 not able to get the power down off of turn 4. Now going to drive up to the high side. Interesting. Gives the bottom to Brett Bieber, who looks down there, but Aaron's going to be able to get the run. Here comes Stephon Davis down to the inside of Brett. Well, I'll tell you what, there's some great racing that we're watching here. It's always fun to kind of think, oh my goodness, it's James Nelson, gets extremely loose off the corner. And Aaron's going to be able to get almost a car length, and then off the corner there, he's going to be able to take over that spot. But he's got Brett Bieber all over the back bumper. But I was just going to say, kind of reminisce a lot about how amazing it is to for us to get on here on our computers. We watch these guys do it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as Brett Bieber gets in the wall there. And we get on here, man, just the amount of great racing, side-by-side battling that you see going on all through this field as Stephon Davis goes really low down on the front stretch. But all the battling that goes on, just how much fun this is, competitive racing, even if you're battling for 20th spot, it's still a whole lot of fun. And it's just crazy we're doing this over the internet with steering wheels, looking at flat 2D computer screens. Just a crazy deal as, man, Stephon Davis really loose off of turn 4. Those tires eat it up at the moment, and he is going to be struggling here. He was trying to get around James Nelson, but falls back into the 13th spot. As, man, he is still loose as here comes Cody Boehm on board with 78, who's been able to get back to the 14th spot. Not much more than that. He's going to drive, trying to get to the outside, drive down under the 60 off the corner. Disappointing night for Cody after that. A great start to the race. Just got caught by that yellow flag. You see how much he's having to wheel the thing down the straightaway. But he just got caught by that caution, and that trapped him a lap down. He had to take the wave around. Oh, is he going to get to the wall there? put him behind the 8 ball, just disappointing. And if it stays like this, he'll definitely be most likely the hard luck award winner. Go back up here to the 3rd spot. This is Andy Kurtz, Tracy Passons. Tracy has been trying to hunt him down for a while. Has been a little bit faster. Got up to him at one point, kind of fell back, and is now making a second effort up to this 5. They're about 3.5 seconds off the lead. They're battling to hang on to this podium spot as Andy Kurtz started on the pole, but Bandits, boys of Jonathan Cofield, Michael Kostick, have kind of set sail here after that caution. Cofield's got a new sponsor here tonight. Looks like SM Racing Products. So Cofield's got himself a normal Cofield asphalt and refinishing 58's been upgraded a little bit to a SMR scheme. It looks like good looking paint scheme. I like it. And it seems to be pretty fast, so it's got some good aerodynamic properties. See, he grabs that yellow line with his left front. Why he's leading the race, because he is running this almost perfectly. Right down to the yellow line again, off the corner. Don't see that truck kind of all over the place. But a good-looking paint scheme on that 58 machine. And he's trying to put it in victory lane. Just a few more laps to go, and he'll get that done. Back here to this 3rd position battle as Tracy Passons now looking to the inside. Gets positions. Andy Kurt's going to give him a little bit of room. We've seen these passes off of 4B really tough, especially as the tires start to wear out. So Tracy's going to have to figure out a way to get beside him before they go down in the corner if he's going to have a chance. Tracy's going to get a real loose off the corner there. Going to drop back a few car lengths as he really put the throttle down trying to get that 53 get a run on Andy Kurtz. Right behind them is another battle. Steve McDonald's been putting some pressure here on the 79 machine for quite a few laps. Steve McDonald looking calm in there. To the inside, Josh Lukovitz's been doing a really good job of running that defensive line all night long and still holds on to that 6th place. Steve looking down to the inside off of turn number 4, but not quite able to do it. 13 laps to go here in this race. Jonathan Cofield continues to lead as Steve McDonald will be watching this battle for 6th place. Only one caution here tonight. That's been pretty good. One lead change as Andy Kurtz led a big majority of that first little run. Cofield runs him down, passes him towards the end of it, and Cofield has been in control ever since. But just one caution here tonight. You'd love to see it. Of course, that can all change. We do have some green-white checkers, so if we do get a caution late, might have a late restart to get it done if you're Jonathan Cofield. So you can't feel too calm if you're Jonathan Cofield. It could all change pretty quickly. Continue to look at this battle as James Nelson, Mickey Isaac have been just going at it here. And now Stephon Davis trying to get to the inside of Mickey as Mickey kind of throws a little block there. But here comes Stephon down to the inside, going to drive really hard into 3 and 4, but not going to be able to quite clear him. As I don't even use any English words in that last sentence. Ten laps to go for Jonathan Cofield. He's got a 2.5 second lead. see Cody Bain get really out of shape back there. But Stephon Davis up to 12th. He's looking to take over the 11th spot. That 60 truck looking pretty good. We've seen him get loose a couple times, especially off of 4, but seems to have gotten it back going out of the inside of the 7 of James Nelson as they battle side by side off of turn number 2. 7 goes way up out of the groove. That's going to give the 60 the room he needs to take over that spot. So Stephon Davis up to 11th. He's going to tie your leader, Jonathan Cofield, in biggest mover in that category. At about 1.8 seconds to Brett Bieber, so got a little ways to go if he's going to improve on that. Oh, and caution's out. Caution is out as Spencer Gay, and it looks like Brandon Wallace had some contact or whatever, and I'm not real sure, but caution came out, and man, Cofield did not want to see that. That is for sure. As I don't really see any damage between the 99 and the 69, but we'll go back and maybe see exactly what happened. Yeah, it looks like Spencer Gay. Take a look at this Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Yeah, it looks like Spencer Gay was trying to cut down off the corner and get to the inside of Cody Bain here. Watch this. But unfortunately, the 99 was there. And they go around and, you know, not much contact there. So it was actually interesting to see the caution come out there. But yeah, I mean, right here. Just going to try to do a little loop-to-loop here. And makes contact with the 99 and goes around. They are going to come down pit road. Who's going to try to do 2 tires? 4 tires. Who's going to do it? Anybody going to try any kind of funny business here? Cofield, 4 tires and fuel. No 2 tire takers. As far as I could tell, Cofield's going to win the battle off of pit road. Looks like Andy Kurtz is going to take over second. Great stop out of him. And the only 2 tire taker that I see is, well, actually a couple of them. Oh, there's 2 or 3 of them now. Aaron Adcock in 5th. He's going to jump quite a few spots. Tyler Rice going to be in 6th with 2 tires. Cody Bain going to make up a few spots with a set of 2 tires. And Stephon Davis shows Stephon Davis only on pit road for 0.9 seconds, so I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe my timer was messed up, but surely he took at least 2 tires. So up front, no big changes there. Cofield will have control of this restart, and I know I should build drama, but honestly, having control of the restart like that, it's going to be a big deal for him. So we'll see if any of the drivers behind him can do anything to maybe try to jump the restart. I finally saw someone try it the other night in a tour mod race of all races, and timed the restart perfectly, got to the outside and actually took the lead and won that race because of that. So a lot of times we see these guys on the outside give the leader, you know, about half a car length, and man, the advantage is already there, and that's just even more of an advantage. So we'll see if Andy Kurtz can get up there, maybe try to jump the restart, get to the outside, and get around that 58. I think Andy Kurtz has been fast enough to get around him and win this race. Michael Kostick as well, so we'll see if either one of them can make it happen. Then we'll see what these 2 tires can do. 5th and 6th, Aaron Adcock, Tyler Rice. No, Aaron's going for the points. So if, with it being 3 to go, it's not a whole lot of time for somebody to make up a bunch of spots on him. So he may be able to kind of sneak out. He's been running around 9th and 10th position all race long. Could sneak out a top 5. That'd be pretty dang good. But he's got a host of 4 tires behind him. Charles Stevens, Josh Lokovitz, both those guys on 4 tires. It's going to be tough. He's got to work for it. Getting ready to go green, though. Jonathan Cofield, Andy Kurtz, Michael Costa, Tracy Passes, Aaron Adcock. Top 5, just 3 laps to go here at Richmond. Who's going to win it? Into the Geico restart zone, and Andy Kurtz spins the tires, and that's going to bring Michael Kosick side by side, and Cofield going to be able to take off all by himself. Oh, and the 53 blows the corner. Oh, and they're all spinning out. Trucks going everywhere. Caution is going to come out. We're going to have a green-white checkered. Tracy Passes blew the corner, and then Charles Stevens goes around as well. Those cold tires just grabbing those guys, and man, that was a biggin. Take a look at the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we'll watch from the view of Charles Stevens Jr. as he goes down into turn 1. You'll see Tracy Passons. You see it, Andy Kurtz kind of spin his tires so it kind of moves some guys over. Tracy Passons just trying to make the corner, drives deep into the corner and slides up into the other drivers, but same thing happened here to Charles Stevens. He's going to drive down onto the door of Tyler Rice, obviously feeling like he's got 4 tires and wants to make the most of them here in turn 1. Going to drop down in there and just slides up into Tyler Rice and then has nowhere to go. It just goes on around. Up here, Tracy Passons, gets in the back of Andy as he doesn't get going. So Tracy going to come down, try to block off his teammate, just trying to make sure he makes the corner, just overcooks it, sees 4-wheel slide and gets into Costick. Costick gets up into Andy, and then the caution comes out. So a close call for all those drivers. Unfortunately, Charles Stevens going to be back in the 18th position after that wreck. So this will be our first green-white checkered. We'll get a couple of them, so we'll come down, take the green flag. Then if we make it to the white flag, they will race it to the end. In iRacing, they don't throw the caution. It's not really a safety issue on iRacing. So if we get the white flag, they will race it to the checkered flag. But if a caution does come out, we will rack them back up and do it again. So I talked about somebody getting up there and trying to get a good start, and boy, Andy Kurtz let me down. He did not do that. Spun his tires and tried to get that thing going. And it was sort of, I mean, he didn't cause it, but it was sort of the catalyst for all the stuff that went on in that wreck as he kind of checked up that outside line, left some guys in some position to maybe make some wild moves there. So now it'll be Michael Kosick on the outside, and Tracy Passons will be in the inside, on the inside, right behind Jonathan Cofield. So that third position, pretty good spot, but Kosick should be able to. That outside's been pretty good on restart, so I think we'll see Kosick be able to hold him off. But we just saw what could happen. You could spin your tires. Well, we do get the 1 to green, so attempt number 1 of out of 2 of green-white checkers that we have here tonight. Cofield got a great restart last time. We'll see if he can keep that up here. Gonna have to do it at least 1 more time, maybe 2. Base truck is off. Here they come. Green-white checkered here at Richmond. Cofield with a great start. Second position is where the racing is as Tracy drives down to the corner, going to try to get the run that he needs to try to run down that 58 machine. Not going to be able to do it. Andy Kurtz back to the back bumper to the 53 as Tracy's trying to get that spot. White flag is out for Jonathan Cofield as Costick gets a huge run off of turn 4. Oh, somebody's going out to the inside. I think that's Steve McDonald. We'll continue to watch this battle. Tracy Pass is going to get a loose as, oh, man. Oh, and Josh Lokovitz going to wreck. They're going to have a big one back here as Jonathan Cofield takes the checkered flag, and he will win here at Richmond. As, man, there is a ton of trucks spinning. Cody Bain going to spin out. Going to come home in 13th. Josh Lokovitz going to cross the line. I can't tell who that is. Curtis Sobring just slowly trying to get across the line. He is going to finish with that truck is all tore up. That 54 truck is a mess. Take a look at that restart. And I'll tell you what, a lot of guys trying to get every position they can get. Watch this restart as it gets wild back here towards the back. You see there, oh my goodness. A weird restart as, man, you see sort of a chain reaction as Aaron Adcock into Lokovitz. Here it is. Aaron Adcock gets loose off of turn 2 on those 2 tires, and then Lokovitz going to go down into the corner as they come around to take the white flag. Just one lap to go. Aaron Adcock falling. And then Lokovitz drives deep into the corner, side by side, door banging, and he's going to get loose off of that corner. Then going to drive down in here. He could he could smell blood, and man, just drives into the door of the 6, and there it is, bumper cars from there on out. Man, a hard hit for Curtis Sobrin and a few others. You see, there was more wrecking going on in the even further back. This man, Cody Bain, ends up spinning across the. I'm going with Curtis Sobrin to see what it looked like from his point of view. See all kinds of extracurricular activities, and man, just nowhere to go. Is right up to the outside wall, and just a big hit there for both of those drivers. Wow. Trying to see what was going on back here. Looks like Brandon Wallace. Yeah, wow, look at that. Can't really tell what happened here. Just see Chuck Phelps side by side with Brandon Wallace as all that stuff's going on up in front. I think Cody trying to find somewhere to go here on the last lap. Going to get into Chuck. And that's where that wreck happened. And Chuck going to spin down to the inside wall, coming to the checkered flag. That's all she wrote. But Cofield going to take home the win here tonight. And let's take a look at the results where everybody finished up. Jonathan Cofield, Michael Kostick, and Tracy Passons going to be your podium positions tonight. Andy Kurt, your pole sitter, going to fall back to 4th. Tyler Rice has a great finish in 5th on those 2 tires. James Nelson in the 6th position, and Stephon Davis in 7th. Aaron Adcock was there in the top 5, got a little bit loose there on that last lap, comes home in 8th, but still an improvement from where he was. And then Alex Feith comes home in 9th. Charles Stevens Jr. in 10th. 11th is Mickey Isaac, Jeremiah Holt in 12th, Cody Bain in 13th, Josh Lokovitz 14th, Brandon Wallace in 15th, Brett Bieber 16th, Steve McDonald 17th, Spencer Gay 18th, Curtis Sauber 19th, Chuck Phelps rounds out your top 20, Kyle Roberts in 21st, 22nd, Mike Veith, 23rd, Tommy Osborne. Well, alrighty, well, let's go ahead and jump right into the fun part where we talk to these drivers and see what they thought about their races. I thought that was a pretty fun one, but we're going to start with Tracy Passons. See if everybody's up into the chat. They are. So we're going to bring Tracy up into the booth. Tracy, this is Eddie. You got a copy?
What's going on, Eddie? Can you hear me?
Tracy Passons, this is Eddie. You got a copy?
I got you. You got me?
We'll see. I don't know if it's me or Tracy. Let's get Michael Kostick up in the booth. Michael, this is Eddie. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, Lord, it's me. All right. Hold tight as we'll get Tracy back up in here. Tracy, this is Eddie. You got a copy?
Yeah, you got me?
All right, I got you now. That was my fault. I did a Windows update, and it messed up my sound. So it's been fun little games trying to find out what went wrong all night long. But, Tracy, you had a great race, man. Started in 6th spot, been able to move up into that top 3. You had some good battles all night. What was that truck feeling like out there?
Well, the longer I run, it was feeling loose on the back end. Every time I tried to catch Andy, it was just – I just stand on it too much and slap the wall or get further back, you know.
Well, yeah, so it seemed like it was pretty tough to make, especially if you're running similar lap times. You were able to make a few passes. The passes that you did make, what was kind of the trick for you to make those spots up? I mean, I know it seemed like it was very difficult the further you got up there towards the front, but what was the trick you used to try to get around those guys?
I just started driving smooth and using my brakes real good and getting into turn with a little less speed and driving off the corner, and seemed like everybody else was hammered down, and I would pass them. And the closer you got to the front, I believe they were doing the same thing what I was doing, you know.
Well, you did a great job. Had some really good battles there. At one point on a restart, you had sort of a 4-wheel slide into the corner and made some contact. What happened on that little incident on that restart?
It just normal restart. Just got a little hectic there and went in too hot. Got a little bit too excited and like to lost her.
Yeah.
It was just a miracle. I didn't expect it out and enjoyed it though.
Yeah, Richmond's always a good time in the trucks, and it seemed like you had a pretty good truck all night long. Not quite able to keep up with Jonathan Gofield, but in a field like Rebels usually puts out here on the track, the 3rd place is always a good one. It seemed like you've been having a lot of those here lately. So congratulations to you. And as always, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, Hardline Transportation and everybody that does the contingency sponsors, Peg Leg and Andy Kirks and No Neck and Kinder and you for broadcasting and doing a good job every weekend for us and taking your time and doing it right.
Well, we definitely appreciate that. But congratulations, Tracy, on that 3rd place finish. And we'll see you next week, I'm sure.
Hey, I better mention Po Man before I get kicked out.
That's right. Yeah, you don't want to be the low man and the Po Man.
All right. Thank you, Eddie.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There you have it. 3rd place, Tracy Passons. So let's talk to Michael Kostick, your 2nd place finisher. Mike, the city, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. Sorry about that. I've been having audio. I did a Windows update, audio issues. No surprise there. But man, a pretty good race. You almost had calamity there with those last couple restarts, but able to hang on to it and come home in 2nd. But pretty good race. You started 4th and you came home in 2nd. You were able to make a couple passes, just not able to keep up with the 58, who seemed to be on rails here tonight. But tell me a little bit about this car and track and what you liked the most about it, maybe something you didn't like about it.
So low on power, it makes passing pretty difficult, but I mean, Richmond's just a fun track to race, really, no matter what you're in. I had nothing for Cofield. I struggled on seemed like the middle of the run. Short run, I was quick. Long run, I felt like I was decently fast, but right in the middle there, I seemed like I fell off from where Cofield was at.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're able to kind of maintain that top 3 spot all race long. And then on that last restart, you came out of pits. Andy Kurtz actually got you off pit road, and you were sitting there 3rd. And then Andy, I don't know if he missed a shift or just spun his tires, but you were able to get that 2nd position back. and come home in second. I mean, not much else to say. You had sort of a quiet race, but sometimes those are good to have. Just a quiet second place. Sometimes you really can't beat those finishes. So, congratulations on that. As always, man, who you got to thank? You sponsor shout outs.
Hey, thank you for doing the broadcast. Brandon for taking the reins tonight, and Matt for all the work he puts into the series, and my teammates at Bandits.
All right, well, there you have it. Michael Kostick. We're going to jump right into the winner here. Jonathan Cofield, who took home the top spot, gained 7 spots on that early run, went up there and drove past Andy Kurtz and took the lead and never really looked back. Congratulations, Cofield, on the win. Led 87 laps tonight and just kind of dominated that second half of the race. So congratulations. But tell me, what were you thinking when you're coming down towards the end of the race and that caution comes out?
I was thinking, oh shit. I didn't know if I was going to have the short run speed to keep them guys off of me, but if I could get Kurtz and Kostick back there fighting each other, maybe I could get a good jump on them. We were starting in second, so I couldn't really get that real good launch, that I usually get, but a little sluggish starts. Had a bad qualifying effort, slapped the wall on the third lap. Had to start back there. It's hard to pass tonight. Me and Andy had a lot of fun up front. When I caught him, we had both trucks just plumb sideways.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it takes, a good 5 to 10 laps sometimes to make a pass on somebody. You have to set them up just at the right time. You can't just, a lot of tracks you get the inside position, and that's enough. But here at Richmond, it's a lot more than that. It's more about trying to get enough, get beside them enough on the straightaway that you can kind of fight them off. If you don't quite get there, if you get just to the left rear, it seemed like they're able to hold off on the outside a little bit. Is that something that you saw?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The outside pretty strong, which you kind of burn your tires up there. I was trying, when I was running him down, I was trying to kind of diamond in, get a real good, inner high and get a real good run, but I didn't want to try it too much, to burn my stuff up. So it all worked out.
Yeah, you were coming into this race, you're 15th in points, and I don't know what your feeling is on the championship, even if you're even running for the whole thing. But if you're sitting there 15th, that's a good way to continue to push up towards that top 10. You can't win and get in, even though you have 3 wins now. You're not guaranteed a spot. So, with the drop races, have you looked into that at all? Do you feel like you're pretty safe to make it into that top 10?
I don't know. Me and Costa was just talking about that. He was telling me that I made it back in the top 10, but I don't know if Kleeman's got the drops in there already. I don't know when they're going to go in. Hopefully, I can have a good run at New Hampshire and continue climbing up the field there. I'd really like to run for the championship with these guys, so we'll just have to see what the drops do. Hate I missed last week. On vacation, but it is what it is.
Well, you're able to come off vacation and get a win, and that's your 3rd of the season. So, man, congratulations on that win. Who you got to thank tonight? You got a new paint scheme tonight.
Yeah, man, I got SM Racing Products, man. They got some awesome button boxes. Go check them out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out, enter promo code JCofield, get you 15% off. Sim Shop, got them on there. As always, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing. Cofield Supply and Service. My teammates at Bandits brought home a 1-2. That's pretty awesome, man.
Well, there you have it. Jonathan Cofield goes up 7 spots and takes that win. Congratulations, Jonathan.
Thank you, sir.
All righty, well, that's your Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show, and we've got some awards we have to give out, as always, here tonight, and we've got to give out the Hard Charger Award, and we've had a lot of big movers as I'm having a stroke, but Stephon Davis is going to be your No Next Fast Repair Hard Charger Award winner. So congratulations, Stephon Davis, with that 2-tire call there at the end, I believe, to kind of secure that 7th position, up 11 spots, started 18th, comes home in 7th. And we have to give out the the Andy Kurtz Hard Luck Award, and that's going to go to, I'm going to go ahead and give that to Cody Bain. And really, the only hard luck was him tonight. Was running up in the top 5 and just had a caution come out during the green flag cycle. He had come down pit road, try and do a little short pit, been off the pit road for maybe 3 laps. Caution comes out, grabs him a lap down. He has to get the wave around, and was really never able to recover. Took 2 tires there on that last restart. Caught up in a wreck. Comes home in 13th, so he's going to be your Andy Kurtz Hard Luck Award winner. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, pretty good race, pretty quick race here at Richmond, and pretty exciting one for sure. As we had racing all night long, and that's what you love to see. You have side-by-side battling all night long. That's always a good thing, and we had plenty to talk about, and Jonathan Cofield takes home the victory. Thanks to all of our sponsors, Hardline Transport Solutions, for their sponsorship here of the Rebels Truck Series. And that was your Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. I want to thank all of y'all for watching. Sorry about the audio issues. It happens sometimes, but we made it work. But looking forward to it. Just a couple. We got 3 weeks left, but 2 races, as we do have an off week for Thanksgiving, as we're going to set the field. The top 10 are going to race it out over 2 races. Then we're going to have a championship 5 at Charlotte. We'll take a look at that real quick. Rockingham in Texas, you see, after New Hampshire, have an off week between New Hampshire and Legacy Atlanta, which will be an awesome race here in the trucks. Old Atlanta, not the new one, old worn out version. We'll be doing that on the 26th of November. And then playoffs start in December. Rockingham, Texas, 2 races to set the final 5 as we go to Charlotte. So going to be a lot of fun. And I can't believe this season is almost over. But another one in the books here tonight. I want to thank y'all. Thank Brandon Wallace, Matt Clemmen for all that they do. And everybody watching, supporting your people. That makes a big difference. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to VSRN. We're at 483 out of 500. So close to the goal of hitting 500 subscribers. It doesn't really do anything. We don't get paid for that. But it's just a number to hit. Helps us get an algorithm. And it gets our leagues out there for other people to see. But anyway, y'all have a great night. We'll see you later. I'm Eddie with VSRN. See y'all tomorrow night for the Bluegrass Truck Series.